reporting that Nancy Pelosi has written Donald Trump a strongly worded letter.
Ooh, that'll show.
What a leader. In reference to the migrant detention camps, which of course are holding migrants in unsanitary and unsafe conditions. Now, this all has to do with legislation that the House passed. The initial form of the legislation, it's a House funding bill, would give the Trump administration, or specifically Border Patrol, $4.5 billion to continue with their terrible operations. But the initial bill actually had certain demands from the administration, to improve the conditions in which these migrants are being kept in. Now, the final version of the bill didn't have those demands. And so Nancy Pelosi is like, hey Trump, I'm gonna write you a strongly worded letter begging you to please improve the conditions for these migrants. So Pelosi urged Trump to take specific immediate actions as proposed in House Democrats' initial bill, and highlighted 3 policy changes lawmakers sought in last week's negotiations over a $4.5 billion package to provide resources for agencies handling the influx of migrants at the border. So I want to read from the letter that was just released. She writes, in our conversations, you and the Vice President said our 30-day timeline to establish final plans was not achievable, but did not offer an alternate deadline. There must be a date certain to us. What are you doing?
What are you doing? This is over.
It's done.
You already voted. You already voted.
Like the money's there. Like you gave him everything he wanted.
That's not how you do negotiations. You don't go, okay, look, here's the ransom money. Can you please give me the person you took? Oh, you didn't bring them. Oh, God damn it, I should have asked earlier. That's not how it works, okay? So now there's 2 issues that I have here. One is, it's not even strongly worded.
No, it's not.
Here, I'll give you another quote. She says, I would deeply appreciate your soonest consideration of the proposals contained in the House legislation. That's not a strongly worded letter. That's a pleading, begging letter. And by the way, that's the position she put herself into, because she already gave him everything he wanted. There were progressives in the House who said, don't do it. Don't give him everything he wants. Fight. And Pelosi, as always, said no. We believe in preemptive surrender. Her only excuse was, no, but Schumer surrendered even before I did. I know, it's a very low bar if you're comparing yourself to Chuck Schumer. So yes, both of you, in your entire leadership of the Democrats, all you've ever done is surrender. So it's not a point of pride to say, oh yeah, Chuck surrendered before I did. You should have seen him on the concrete floor. He was lying out for Trump way before I did, a couple of seconds before I did. So, and then I think, can I get all the press to agree with me now? I mean, I don't know.
Of course not, they'll never agree with
I know
you.
they never, because they kiss her ass nonstop. But if you're a real reporter, you would have to acknowledge the facts now. She called herself a master legislator, and almost every reporter in Washington went along with it. I did research before I wrote an op-ed about how Nancy Pelosi is not a progressive to make sure that I wasn't getting it wrong. Dozens of articles. She's amazing. What a strategy, incredible strategy, and she's so wonderful, amazing. Does a master legislator, after a bill has already passed, write a letter to the person they were negotiating with going, pretty please, I know we gave you everything, but could you please do it anyway? Is that what a master legislator does? No, that is what a terrible legislator does. And media, stop making excuses for Democratic leadership. Oh, Cenk, you don't understand, they're playing 3-dimensional chess. One part of 3-dimensional chess is giving Trump everything he wants and then turning around writing, I beseech you, I deeply appreciate at your soonest convenience, please, please do the thing that we didn't ask you to, that we didn't insist that you did. You do when we had the power,
right?
When we had the leverage,
right?
No, that is not what a master legislator does. That is what someone who should be fired does. Now, you can't fire her from her congressional seat, obviously, but you can definitely fire her from being Speaker of the House, because she doesn't speak for the majority of Democrats when she constantly aids and abets Donald Trump, and she is not the leader of anyone, let alone the Democrats, as she constantly helps Donald Trump achieve everything he wants without any fight at all.
So I remember, when this vote took place in the House, AOC was not in favor of it. She did not vote in favor of it. And Nancy Pelosi got real salty because AOC actually did the right thing, right? Why are we just gonna toss taxpayer money in the direction of these detention facilities that are mistreating and abusing these migrants? Well, I also wanna just quickly note that this is what Pelosi said after the bill had passed in the House. In order to get resources to the children fastest, we will reluctantly pass the Senate bill, Ms. Pelosi said in a letter to Democratic lawmakers. As we pass the Senate bill, we will do so with a battle cry. I know.
Battle cry.
Battle cry as to how we go forward to protect children in a way that truly honors their dignity and worth.
Apparently, the battle cry is deeply appreciate your soonest consideration. Wow, I didn't know you were that strong. Speaker Pelosi, she's got to go. Not my leader, not anybody's leader. And let's understand what this letter is. This is a CYA operation. So she realized she made a mistake and she's taken a lot of heat. And before, she was never ever challenged because everybody in Washington is way too polite to everyone else inside the club. Now there are a couple of progressives who are not as polite. You know why? Because they're representing the voters and not everybody inside the elitist club. And so now, you know what happened? They were right. And so now a lot of Democrats are going, maybe the progressives were correct and Nancy Pelosi is not a master legislator. Maybe she doesn't know what she's doing at all. So that's why Nancy Pelosi, after it's totally useless, comes out with this letter. Hey, don't worry guys, don't worry. I got a letter where I beseech Trump. Problem solved. Sorry, but that's a sad, sad joke. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.